Okay, so this is question 12 on the 1.3 homework. I've gone in and already labeled what the measure of angle 1 is, what the measure of angle 2 is, the measure of angle FHJ is, and also what the measure of angle K is, as you can see here. They're all color coordinated, so this is asking us if this green angle here, which is FHJ, is congruent to angle K. So really we're just using the angle addition postulate to find the value of x, and then once we find the value of x we can plug it in to see if those angles are congruent. So first things first, I know that x squared, which is that entire angle, is equal to the sum of those two angles on the inside. Okay, so I'm going to combine like terms. We get 3x plus 4. And since we have an x squared value and an x to the first power, so just an x value, we know we're dealing with the quadratic, which means we need to get everything on one side. Okay, this is how we solve for x. We're going to factor this. Now, this is how we do it, is we consider the product and the sum. The product is the last term, so -4, and the sum is this middle term. So remember, when we actually have this product, it's not just the last term, it's the coefficient on this, which in this case is 1. It's the coefficient on the x squared term times the constant, which in this case is -4. So 1 times -4 is -4. Just making sure we know that for when we have like 7x squared or something. So let's find out, well I know 2 times -2 is -4, but if you add these two together you get 0, so that doesn't work. How about 4 times -1? When we add these two together we get 3, that's not -3. It should be -4 times 1. It gives us -3. So what are the terms we're using? -4 and 1. How do we use it though? Let me erase all this. Whenever we are factoring a quadratic with 3 terms, we will have something that looks just like this. 2 binomials. Each binomial starts with x. Now, I'm just going to place these terms in here. This one's -4. This one's +1. So, this is the factored form of this quadratic right here. And what that means is, anytime this binomial equals 0, the whole equation equals 0. And anytime this equals 0, then the whole equation equals 0. So this one's pretty easy to solve, right? We get our answers to be, or our solutions are, x equals +4 and x equals -1. Right, so I'm going to erase all this. Move that over there. Okay, so now we have two solutions. You'll notice that if you plug in, let's say, -1 into this one, we would get -2 minus 3, which equals -5. And that doesn't make sense for our angle to be a negative value, at least at this point in time in geometry. So we know that we don't want to use this guy. Instead, we'll use +4. So let's plug it in. +4 squared. This is angle FHJ. which is equal to x squared, which in this case is equal to 4 squared, which equals 16. Now, since we know x, we can plug it in to angle k to see if these two angles are congruent. So 5 times our x value is 4, and we're subtracting 4. So this is 20 minus 4, which equals 16. So you see, since they're both 16, we know that these two are congruent.